Ladies and gents, boys and girls, I just crashed into my vice. We're going to do a little bit of work on my Fazer today because I've now got two motorbikes not working. I crashed my Fazer a couple of weeks ago. Got to do some repairs on it before I can get it back out on the road. Let's go have a quick look, see what the damage is. It is November, but the roads were clear, dry, bright, and the road I was on was kind of like two-way, even though it was a country lane. It was quite wide, but it very quickly narrowed down into a really muddy single track. And as I got to that, I thought I'd better turn around and go another way. And it was just too late. I kind of got onto a muddy patch, and the bike just came away from under me, and I got thrown one way, the bike the other, came down on its left side. And as you can see, sustained a little bit of damage, but it's very slight and I'm sure it'll fix up quite easily. I bought a couple of other little bits to help with the repairs. There's some clips that need replacing, and shouldn't take too long. Let's get to it. So yeah, it's just mostly this bit here really. It's kind of made a bit of a triangular wedge, but I think the way it's broken off, it'll just push, we'll clean up first and then push back in, glue, plastic weld, and the rest is just really cleaning the mud off. So the only other bit of damage just to this bit here really, because just under here I think there was this kind of like probably a ring which attaches to this sort of bolt that holds this fairing onto this bracket to the frame, which snapped, so I'll probably just need to glue that back. And just over here, just got some light on it so we can take a closer look. You can just see down there where there would have been a little clip that's come away, so it's kind of like a rivet type fixing, same as the one you'll see on the other side of the bike, right there. And I was going to use one of these clever little zip ties, which has got this kind of nice little button on one side, but yeah, I still had to fiddle with it. And I bought this from Fowler's, which is just a original Yamaha part, and it was less than £2. And thought we might as well do it properly. So that's just going to be a tricky little bit to mend. So I need to sort of glue that little lug back together so that it'll reattach, and just need to clean all this up, perhaps glue it back in, and then maybe plastic weld it and then reaffix it there. Clean it all up, should be all good to go. There's barely a spot on these fairings. You can't see it on camera, but there's barely a spot on the fairings all the way round that aren't damaged in some way. Right, let's just run a little seam with super glue. Right, just going to hold that for a little bit. Hopefully that stays put. It kind of feels like it wants to spring out, but I'm going to let that set off and then get to doing a little bit of plastic welding on it. Right, let's see if we can get this fixing out at the other end. It's not going to be easy. Really not going to be easy because it's you need to kind of hold the back bit, stop it spinning, and it doesn't want to stop spinning. So I might just need to get down there with some pliers and just kind of force it out really. Or maybe just get down there with some pliers and hold it if I can. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up busting this. Not going to be a good outcome, is it? You don't want to watch this. Okay, well, with a tiny bit of assistance, not glue, that was the other little job. Just get it unclipped. You can see it's one of these little annoying clips. You need to sort of turn it and push it from underneath. But anyway, it came out in one piece, so it should go back in. Okay, and let's just take a look at the broken off bit, shall we? Where are we? There you go. That's that should have a little loop on it, and the loop bolts to the nose cone, front cowling, whatever you want to call it. Hoping that little bit of plastic's still in there. So the broken off loop is probably behind there. So let's go and get this bolt out and see if we can retrieve that and kind of plastic weld that back on. Not holding out much hope, but we'll see. Tiny little plastic bit fell out. I think that's the bit we're looking for. Right, so we hopefully can fix this. Might not be that strong, but we shall see. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be solid. So just right way. Oh, I did it the right way. Right, let's see if we can just. This is going to be a real botch job. Oh. Okay, so I'm just going to let that cool, and it's becoming a bit of a Frankenbite now, isn't it? But need to clean it up a little bit, make it look a bit presentable. But hopefully that's melted it all back together and will hold. It's pretty rough, but pretty strong. Anyway, just using a bit of acetone to get rid of whatever that is. Well, that is about as good as it's going to get, folks, but it's all melted back together. So yeah, it doesn't look pretty, but you know, maybe I could get some vinyl wrap and just cover the whole area, and probably just, you know, give it a fresh surface or something. Maybe file that down a little bit, but it's okay for now. I've cleaned it all up anyway, so just need to go and fix that just piece of inner cowling, and let's see if we can get that back on. Right, let's see how this is doing. Yeah, that's pretty solid now. I was holding it for a bit and it just didn't want to set off, so I put a bit of tape on it, held it in place and left it an hour, and it seems to have done the trick. So what I'm going to do is get myself a little piece of black zip tie. We're going to use that like a filler rod. This is very much like TIG welding, but with plastic. Yeah, that's just moving, so let me... probably do these one at a time, but I'm just using a couple of little pieces of MIG wire, and this is actually aluminium, and it's just to retain a bit of strength in the join, because this is obviously just a sort of a structural piece. There you go, that's one. Melting it in and it disappears. Okay, I'll just do the other one. So yeah, this is actually, if it stays in place, I'm just going to literally do a couple of bits. I'll come across that way, hopefully it will move. There you go. So yeah, you could just use a staple or just any old piece of wire. I'll just cut a couple of tiny short lengths of MIG wire, and it's actually aluminium wire. Doesn't really matter. And that's just to give it a tiny bit of strength, so that I mean, the glue's going to have long since departed. I don't know how strong the plastic weld was, but it has got to have a little bit of strength, so that should do it. It's not even fiddly really. It's just, that's it, it's in. It just needs the fixings putting in, so let's grab them. Put the old one back in the old spot. Put the new one in the new spot. Just a press fit, pretty good. That's just a little bit of Velcro to hold on my charging cable. Let's feed that back up through. Okay. Okay, very last thing to go in is the 4mm Allen fixing. Well, that is as good as it's going to get, I think, but it's pretty much as good as I need it to be, so, you know, try not to fall off again. Real shame though, it's looking considerably more battered than it was. You know, just adds to the character. Well, that's that little job dealt with. I'll see you on the next one.